Hello, I'm Theodore Parker, and this is the Sideshow. Today is Wednesday, May 8th, 2024. Currently, the temperature in this area of the country, Lexington, Kentucky, is around 63 degrees. The temperature will be going up to about 80 today. Flood watch from Wednesday, 2 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time until Thursday, 8 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Thunderstorms, highs in the low 80s and lows in the low 60s. Some storms today may be severe. Severe weather risk continues overnight. Expect Friday to be the next dry day. Sunrise was at 6:33 a.m. Sunset will be at 8:35 p.m. Wind around 3 miles per hour. AQI is good at 30. Pollen is high. So if you're watching the Sideshow on Facebook and Instagram, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Talk about it on WhatsApp. The Sideshow on YouTube. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. The Sideshow coffee cup. Buy from me for $17 plus shipping and handling. Sideshow logo. White letters. 11-ounce black ceramic. Dishwasher safe. Good for all beverages, hot and cold. Pay me through Cash App. $ TR Parker 1. So Monday, we were just coming off the weekend. We had the Derby, Cinco de Mayo, and now we're in the middle of the week, hump day, coming up to Wednesday, down to Friday, as I like to say. And we have lead stories for today, May 8th, 2024. Ribbon cut on new affordable housing units in Lexington. So these are available now. A Kentucky woman allegedly murdered her husband and sister before dying in shootout while trying to kill brother. I think the motive for this is still being sorted. It was on the TV. She just went around and shot the folks, murdered her husband, sister. When she got to her brother, broke in the door, so to speak, and he just happened to have a gun as well, and they shot each other. Motive still pending. Mayweather might be handing out $30,000 on the streets of LA, but he still has to contend with a $3 million lawsuit. Now, this kind of struck me because I feel I have some legitimate concerns, and I can't even get a lawyer to listen to me, let alone take the case. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, in January, a man named Eduardo Martinez filed a lawsuit alleging assault by a Mayweather security detail outside a downtown LA restaurant. According to Radar Online, the outlet recently obtained the court papers that reveal Martinez is seeking $1.5 million in general damages, $500,000 for future medical expenses, $40,000 for past medical costs, and $300,000 for loss of future earnings, and $1 million in punitive damages. Say what? Next, Khloe Kardashian says she had hard time bonding with son Tatum and was on the fence about holding him as she went through surrogacy process in secret. Now, this I did not really have a clear understanding of. Besides Khloe and Kim, there are about maybe 4 other women in Hollywood that have used the surrogacy process to birth children. Medically, the sperm is taken from the father and the egg from the mother and implanted in another woman. And according to all medical reports, there is no transference of the host mother DNA to the baby. So it is expensive, can run anywhere from $50,000 to $110,000, depending on the person, their location, occupation, things of this nature. But there is a record of a woman who has done this 13 times, been a surrogate mother 13 times, and she birthed a set of twins and a set of triplets. So there you have it. So here's the story. Anyone going through surrogacy, don't compare yourself to somebody else's journey, she said, Chloe. She said, emphasizing that her experience vastly different from Kim's. I think it is such an incredible blessing that we have this option, and I'm so grateful for the women out there who are giving up their bodies to carry someone else's baby, then give it back to their mother. It is such a beautiful thing, but give yourself grace. Give yourself patience, she advised. So Chloe is on a podcast that is done by the doctor who performed the procedure, and she's telling her story and mentioning about how she's getting along with Tatum. And the particulars is that the surrogate mother was due to deliver. That's when she had planned a weekend away with her daughter, True. And she was like vacillating between whether she should cancel the trip because she really wanted to do that, or, and go to the hospital, or go on the trip. So it just so happens that the woman who was about to give birth to Tatum told her to go ahead and take True on the weekend trip, and she would take care of the baby until she got back and was ready to pick the baby up. So those are the particulars of that story. Next, teenager who thought she had a hangover on a holiday with friends found out she only had 12 months to live. Now, this is one of those stories that again emphasizes the importance of regular doctor visits, health care, following up on, whatever medical advice you are given. But this came up out of the blue, so there was no forewarning. Ella had a diffuse midline glioma on her brainstem, a diagnosis that is both incurable and inoperable. The symptoms of a diffuse midline glioma vary depending on its exact location, but commonly include double vision, problems swallowing, weakness, and loss of balance. In severe cases, the tumor may cause increased pressure within the skull, leading to nausea, vomiting, and severe headaches. So as the title of the article, and it was extensive, it was very detailed, medical and from the human side of it, and how she coped, and the importance of appreciating each moment that we have, not knowing what might come up unexpectedly. So she thought she had a headache, and after several rounds of doctors, they finally settled on what it was that she actually was diagnosed with. Local former teacher's aide sentenced to over 15 years for minor exploitation. In Lexington, Kentucky, Ethan Phillips, a 38-year-old teacher's aide, Ellen Phillips, a 38-year-old teacher's aide, has been sentenced to 188 months in prison for attempting to entice minors into sexual activities. Chief U.S. District Judge Danny Reeves issued the sentence on April 26. The case emerged from an investigation by Homeland Security in Lexington. Next, frustrated Donald Trump appears to mouth swear word after Stormy Daniels testifies she swatted him with a magazine. The former adult film star described meeting the embattled ex-prez at a celebrity golf tournament in Lake Tahoe in 2006. She claimed that he invited her to have dinner in his lavish hotel room through a third party, and after some urging from her publicist, she agreed. Now, I have to admit, I have not tuned into the trial, like on the dailies, and I haven't even really listened to what, the media has to say about it, just bits and pieces. But according to this article, she's at the tournament. Excuse me. And she has another event that she's there for. And although she's referred to as a former adult film star, Stormy Daniels also worked at the Playboy Mansion. So she was a Playboy bunny at one point. But anyway, so her publicist tells her that having dinner with Trump would be probably a good thing because he's a busy man and, would probably help you out, make a good story. Little did he know that those words would come back. So anyway, she's saying, that once she got to the room and everything, that it was a lavish room, he got to talking, speaking about Trump, about himself and his accomplishments. So it wasn't really so much a conversation as listening to him talk about himself. So he pulled up a magazine, and the magazine had a picture of him on the cover. So Stormy said at this point, she's just had enough of him, bragging on himself. And she said, I should swat you with this. So somehow or another, he stood up, he turned around, and she swatted him on the backside with the magazine. So it's at this point of the testimony that Trump utters the swear words, BS. But Stormy says that she excused herself to go to the bathroom. When she comes back, Trump is on the bed in his boxers. Didn't say nothing, didn't advance toward her, didn't make any indications or anything. But a sexual encounter did take place, after which she left. She said he didn't offer her money, didn't give her a cell phone number, didn't offer any type of way to follow up, and she still didn't get the dinner that she was invited there for. And I know it's not funny, but, the dinner never did happen. So that's the story on that one. Ethan Hawke says his teenage daughters had profound disappointment over his Taylor Swift music video cameo. The 53-year-old actor makes a brief appearance alongside his longtime friend and Dead Poets Society co-star Josh Charles in Swift's visual for Fortnite featuring Post Malone. The song serves as the lead single off Swift's 11th studio album, The Tortured Poets Department, with the singer offering a subtle wink to the similarly titled 1989 film. Those were your lead stories. Now, top stories, May 8, 2024. Trump's classified documents trial delayed indefinitely. As you know, several things are going on in the judicial system and related to ex-President Trump's activities. That's one of those. Judge threatens Trump with contempt for cursing audibly during Stormy Daniels' testimony. New trial transcript shows. Now, Trump has had a difficult time not speaking out, starting with the gag order, and because this judge's daughter, if my memory serves me correctly, is head of the Republican National Committee, and she controls like the funds and things that Trump may or may not have access to. So the judge was adamant that Trump not speak on things outside the courtroom, especially to the media. So now it's even extended to other things that are going on in the courtroom, that judges threaten him with time at Rikers. Excuse me, I know it's not funny, but it is. Time at Rikers based on this, because as ex-president, he has to have a Secret Service security detail. And Rikers would be the only prison where that could be facilitated, okay? And that was based on Trump not listening to the judge's directions. Now, this is for contempt of court. So the judge is saying that the jail time might get a reaction from Americans around the country, but if it's necessary, he would do it. Okay. That's as much as I remember about it at this time. U.S. airman shot and killed by Florida sheriff's deputy. New York governor forced to apologize for saying black kids in the Bronx don't know the word computer. You know, people in the Bronx have a reputation of being tough, I do believe, anyway. And I don't think that would sit too well amongst any children around this country at this time, even around the world, don't know the word computer. They're introduced to it in grade school. Semi-automatic gun ban nixed in Colorado's Democratic-controlled state house after historic progress. Body of 6th construction worker killed in Baltimore Key Bridge collapse recovered. Biden wins Indiana Democratic primary. The Boy Scouts of America has a new name and is more inclusive. The Boy Scouts of America is changing its name for the first time in its 114-year history and become Scouting America. Let me do that again. The Boy Scouts of America is changing its name for the first time in its 114-year history and becomes Scouting America. It's a significant shift as the organization emerges from bankruptcy following a flood of sexual abuse claims and seeks to focus on inclusion. Next, Trump's valet admitted they chose at random which boxes of classified documents to return. Representative Rashida Tlaib arrests Netanyahu for crimes against humanity. So those are your lead stories, your top stories. I'm Theodore Parker. This is The Sideshow, Wednesday, May 8th, 2024. That's it. Hashtag